Testing, 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 testing. Marcus speak. Marcus speaks. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that gives you trending topics and I need to see where I'm at. Hold on. Trending topics and other random topics. I'm your host, Marcus. I want to thank y'all for being here. Man, let's get this thing started. So, if you could, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. Hit that bell icon to all so you get all of my notifications once I go live. Alright? Also, please do yourself a favor. Please start the conversation in the private chat, and I will be commenting back to you guys either via text or through the microphone. You could do me one big favor. Where the hell am I at? Okay, here. So if you could, please go to the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button so you can get all of my hit that bell icon also you can get all of my notifications once I go live or when I post a video. Also, if you could do me this one big favor, if you go into the description box, if you scroll down past tags, past the description, go to where you see all the links. Go and hit that Rumble link for me. All right, do me that one big favor. If you haven't already downloaded the Rumble app, look, I know if you out there, you're like, well, that's a far right video app. I understand. All right, I understand. Download the app. I'm on there. I have a channel over there. Please go over there and subscribe to me. Because the one thing that Rumble does that YouTube doesn't is it allows you to speak freely in however the hell you want. So, if things get spicy tonight, if you guys come up and want to come speak, which I'll get to that a little bit later, you guys can come up here and talk about any goddamn thing you want as it pertains to the topics that I present tonight. So, with that being said, please go to Rumble and subscribe to me. Hit that link. I'm right there. So please do me that big favor. I believe once I have 25 subscribers, I can start live streaming over there. So the way that I'll do that is, once we get to talking and things get a little spicy, or if you guys want to start speaking freely when I do the chat with you guys, we can just cut the stream here on YouTube and continue it over there on Rumble. So please do me that big favor and subscribe to my Rumble channel. All right. So I say this every episode just to let people know what's going on. So usually on Friday I will do a video game live stream of whatever I'm playing. I'm on a hiatus with that. That's coming back sometime in the fall, I believe. So we'll count everything that I did before at season 1. So season 2 is starting sometime this fall. I gotta work the kinks out of that situation. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, but hopefully I'll figure it out because I'm working on it every goddamn week, and I can't seem to find the problem with my live streaming. Excuse me, my capture card. So whenever I figure all that information out, this fall, that's when I'll start live streaming. But have my podcast, which usually comes on Saturdays. Both times on Fridays and Saturdays was 6:30. I'm thinking about keeping the podcast on Fridays at 8 p.m. and then switching the game stream to Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. If not a little earlier, maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock maybe. So with that being said, these times will be switching, and the days of what I do these things will be switching as well. So just some friendly reminder, whoever comes to the channel all the time or who is new here, those are the announcements that I have about that with my streams. So you'll have my podcast here on Fridays. So I wanted to get into the Friday podcast space anyway, because I feel as though it's more lucrative for not only myself but for you guys as well. Because Saturdays people probably doing things, so Friday nights they either probably just getting off of work or they're at work right now, wanting to listen to something. So here I am. But if you want to come up here and come talk to me about any of the topics that I present to you guys tonight, please do me a favor. You can do it by hitting the link that is pinned in the live chat, or you can call the call-in number, which I haven't brought up on my screen, my tabs yet, and that will happen in just a second. Give me a second. All right, the phone lines is up. And yeah, if you guys want to come up and come talk to me, you can. But please wait for the cue when I tell you guys it is ready I'm ready for you guys to come up here. So with that being said, with that being said, there are some rules. All right. You got to follow some rules. Here are the rules. Rule number 1. Once you hit that link, it's gonna send you to a screen. The screen is gonna ask you for your permission to use both your microphone and your camera. Hit both of them. All right, and then once you come back here, mute yourself, or I'll mute you. With that also being said, if you don't show up here with your camera on, here to the backstage, I will boot you. All right? It's only fair. These are the rules. All right? I have to see who I'm speaking with. I don't care if you. Well, man, I don't feel like turning my camera on. Well, I don't feel like talking to somebody that I can't see. All right? Now, if you don't want to be seen to the public, that is fine. All right. There's a question back here that I would like for you guys to answer. So please leave your name that you will be using back here and your answer, so I can further accommodate you with your with what you want to do. All right. As I said, if you call in with the number, you won't even have to worry about any of this. All right. So also, with both the link and the phone number, I would like if you could please silence all background noise or go to a nice secluded spot in your house. I will gladly appreciate that. It helps for the audience to hear you better and for me to hear you better as well. So there aren't any flub ups. All right. I won't have to sit here and be like, can you turn that down? Can you? I hear echo. I don't need to say all of that. You should know what I'm saying right now as the rules. So once you come back here, everything is fine. All right. Now, with that also being said, I only have one last thing to ask for you to do. Well, two things really. Please like this video, subscribe if you're new here, hit that bell icon to all so you get all my notifications once I go live or when I post a video. And please share this to either your friends, family, co-workers, whoever the hell you fuck with. Share this podcast to your loved ones, and let's get this cracking. Also, the scrolling ticker that's down there, scrolling away, that is for you to read over. That is for if you need to give me an idea for like a topic or a segment or something, or if you have any sort of um, if you have any sort of like any idea that I can help better my streams, please hit me up in my DMs. All right. So, with that being said, read that over. That is for you. And how about we start today's show? But before we do that, um, if you guys have ever watched my show, you know that I like playing videos. It helps me further my point and what I will be speaking about tonight, and with any other podcast that I do. The reason for that is because people gain understanding with visual stimulants. So I give you a visual stimulant so you can further understand what the hell I'm talking about. So with that being said, I do want to follow not only YouTube's guidance and rules and all that. I also want to follow the law. So with that being said, if you guys don't know what fair use is, well, this is exactly what the hell it is right here. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right, so since we got that out the way, you guys know what fair use is. So before I start, all videos and articles, well, hold on, before I get to the articles, all videos are credited in the description box below. I do not own any of this material that I will be using tonight. So, with that being said, I will be showing you guys certain videos about certain topics that I will be talking about tonight. All right. Also, every article that I have tonight is also accredited in the description box, but also has been altered from its original form. Uh, reason being is for plagiarism and stuff like that. None of the stuff that I will be talking about are my words. I'm just presenting these articles to you guys because I thought that they were interesting, and I want to present these topics to you guys tonight. All right. So, with that being said, how about we get into some small banter? All right. So tonight, what I have for you guys for the small banter portion is, well, I guess I'll let Pearl tell you guys what's going on.
The next story today we are going to be talking about is Adam 22. Adam. So this week, his sex tape, or not his sex tape. So this week, Adam 22's wife Lena's sex tape with this porn star's video drop. So they have been marketing it all week, promoting it. Adam's just saying, wow, I am so proud of my wife for getting her back blown out. Now, I know I was uncomfortable with this before, but now I'm just super turned on and so into my wife getting railed by other dudes. And I'm very proud. So now Adam has liked a tweet. So he said, there was a tweet that said, God damn, he fucked the shit out of Adam 22's wife, had her biting the bed sheets and screaming. Adam 22 liked this tweet. He liked this tweet talking about how another guy slept with his wife. So what do the men say about this? Adam is the type of guy who says, oh, sorry, when he walks in on his wife with another guy. And this is the thing, Adam, no guy can respect you ever after this. I'm sorry, why? Why? This is degeneracy. And the funny thing is, they'll say, oh, the kids will be fine. And we'll just wait until later, till they're older to tell them. But my thing is, why are you guys playing with your kids' mental health? It's very possible that the kids will be fine after all of this, but is it really fair to the kid to make decisions that are going to affect the kid?
All right, so let's talk about that. So if you guys don't know, I covered Adam 22's whole sexcapade that he's been doing with his wife, and if you guys don't know, I did some research, I had to do some research on the video that Adam was promoting. From what I researched, it wasn't really anything, to be honest. Like, it was a bunch of bullshit, to be honest. Like, it's people saying, they get all excited when they talk about, Adam 22's wife was getting railed by a BBC, and it's like, I had to do the research to to bring what I saw to you guys. That didn't happen. They were mostly making love, like the entire video. They was making love because Lena the Plug never had a BBC before, so she had to take it easy because she ain't never had a baby leg go through her vagina. So it's like, with that being said, it's like, when people talking about this, like, I don't really see the like with Adam you know going about this, like, this was blah blah blah, this and that. It's like a bunch of bullshit. Like, what I'm saying, Lena said that since that's happened, her and Adam's been having great sex. I'm saying, to each his own. They're a married couple, so how have at it. Like, I'm saying, if that's what Adam feels as though would make his wife happy, hey, I ain't got shit to say about it because it's not my relationship. But I would say this: if it was my relationship, I wouldn't be having my wife fuck another dude on camera. Or at all, to be honest. Like, it's like, come on, dog. Like, you're sitting here selling the product to your viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I, hey, I seen it on one of them other sites that you ain't got paid shit. But I wasn't impressed. Like, he hyped that shit up for nothing. I was not impressed. So let's see why Pearl is talking about this.
Then what response was that to my tweet? So I had a tweet from my last show. I pulled a clip talking about Adam. And he offers me, I'll give you $1 million to come on Plug Talk and experience your first threesome. You have got to live a little, Pearl. And this is what the left does. They try to bring.
So Adam offered Pearl $1 million to come on to plug to his and his wife's podcast called Plug Talk. I believe Plug Talk's on OnlyFans. I believe they're OnlyFans. So the gimmick of the show is they interview porn stars, mainly female porn stars, and then afterwards they both have sex with the porn star that they're interviewing, which isn't a bad concept to be honest. Like, a lot of people might have maybe thought about something like that. Like, hey, I'll do a podcast that's like that, and they probably never got around to do it. And Adam 22 and his wife got there before everyone else. Who's ever thought about doing a podcast of that magnitude? So, with that being said, Adam 22 offered Pearly Things, or Pearl. She's known as Pearl now, not just Pearly Things. Offered her $1 million to come on to Plug Talk, have an interview, and then have sex with both himself and his wife. And she declined, to say the least. Because she's a conservative girl. She doesn't like that type of activity with a lot of people. She just wants to fall in love and be married to somebody, with which I don't understand how she's getting there, because she's always working and she's always telling other females how to live their life, and she and she spews talking points that she has no idea what she's talking about. So it's like, to be honest, both Pearly Things and Adam 22's views are going down. That's what people are saying. That their views are going down. So Adam had to use his wife to sell a sex tape in order for, I guess, his views to get back to where they were. Now, I guess Adam sees that Pearl's views are going down as well. Allegedly, that's what I keep hearing. So he probably sees the writing on the wall, like, hey, why don't we collab, do this podcast? It's my sex podcast, so maybe afterwards, me and you can do the do, and we'll sell it. It'll gain numbers. People will tune into your podcast to see what you think about it. Where I can interview you, so my viewers can understand what's going on with all this, how we came about doing this and stuff like that. Yeah, because I believe nobody wants to see Pearly Things butt naked. Have you seen what Pearly Things looks like with just a bathing suit on? Google those photos. You'll be unimpressed. So anyway, so Pearl now is about to, tell us, why she declined the offer. And here's what she had to say.
Us into their degeneracy. They try to bring us into this nonsense, this craziness. I am good. I'm okay. No, thank you. Nada. No. Unlike some of the women that are on your show, I had a dad in my life. Okay. No offense to those women, but I did.
Well, that's a pretty bold statement, Pearl, for you to say that you had a dad growing up. That's not to say that the girls that he's interviewing didn't have a male influence in their life. You know, like how can you say that they didn't have a male influence if you don't know them? Like I've never seen the podcast, so I can't tell you what stories each girl tells. But you know, to make a pretty bold statement like that, Pearl, it's plenty of women out there who did grow up with their dad that are quote unquote freaks. They have a freaky tendency to themselves that either they can't shake or they don't want to shake. And with that being said, it's like uh Pearl, for you to make these inflammatory uh accusations that these women didn't have a father figure growing up. Like I can take you to any church. Like if I had a time machine, Pearl, I would invite you to the time machine. Hey, let me show you some things of what you're saying that you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I can take you to any church. I can point out the pastor or reverend's daughter, and I'll let you know that bitch right there is a freak. Well, how would you know that? What you mean? How would I know that? She's she's shut in. The only place that she goes all the time is here in school. I'm pretty sure she likes boys. And with that being said, hey, I know as a person who dated somebody who had a pastor as a dad. Well, I dated two girls who's had pastors as dads, and both them chicks was freaks. I'm not saying that it's true all the time, but the ones I encountered were. So, you know, Pearl, I don't know if you know that you're wrong on that. So maybe these girls just got into porn, maybe because somebody told them that they were beautiful and they would love to see them naked on camera, or they were strippers, wasn't making enough money. Maybe a porn director was in the strip club and was like, "Hey, I like your look. Maybe you should come down to the studio sometime. Maybe we can talk about negotiating, a contract so you can be in adult films." We don't know where these girls came from, nor am I making any excuses for them. But all I'm saying is this: Pearl, these are pretty bold statements. All right, for somebody who said, "quote I went on a date with this guy and I wanted to fuck him, but he dropped me off and left." This is Pearl's words. She said, quote unquote, that she went on a date with some guy, and at the end of the night, when he dropped her off home, he wanted her to take he wanted him she wanted him to come up to her apartment and lay that dick down on her. These are her words. But she's not that kind of girl. Come on, Pearl. Who the hell are you fooling?
To have a dad, and I did have a dad, and that's a no thank you from me. I'm trying to think of what else we could talk about from I'm like getting uncomfortable even like rejecting this offer. I'm like, ew, get away from me. Okay. I want to say one more thing about Adam 22. And this is the thing, okay? You cannot live a life outside of this craziness without the left trying to drag you into it. Without all of these degenerate, crazy.
Wait a minute. Adam's not the left. Adam is either a liberal or he's right, like you. Like Adam, in no shape, form, or fashion, from what I've seen and what he's talked about and who he has interviewed as far as like political pundits, it's no fucking way he's a a left winger. No shape or form or fashion. Adam 22 is precisely a right winger, if not a centrist who leans right. So, with that being said, Pro, another inflammatory um, accusation you're making about somebody, of which Adam 22 also, like yourself, interviewed Nick Fuentes, just like you did. Also, he um, he interviewed another MAGA Republican. I forgot his name, nor do I know his name offhand. But he was on there talking about, yeah, I thought it was stupid that I hated other races of people while I was touting this um this MAGA stuff or whatever. And Adam got backlash not only from his employees but his audience as well for interviewing that guy. And for Pearl to sit here and say that Adam 22 is a left wing, uh, advocate or whatever, it's like, Pearl, what the hell are you talking about? He's just as right as you are. So let's keep going.
People trying to, and this is what they'll do. They'll attack you personally. They'll dig into your past.
Like you
they'll,
do.
They'll dig for any piece of dirt they can find on you.
Like
and
you do.
What they'll do is they'll try to bring you into this degeneracy. And the crazy thing is, I just want to know how much they're making off of this. Because I want to know what amount of money was worth it to you.
Pearl, what amount of money is it worth it to you? You sit here every damn episode of your podcast and you act as if you're not doing it for money. Pearl's been on Pierce Morgan twice as of this month. Twice. First time she was talking about um her views when it comes to like marriage and voting and stuff, like, well, when it comes to women getting married and who should vote or whatever, or if women should vote or not. Then she also recently has been on Pierce Morgan as of, I believe, sometime earlier this week, if not late last week. She was on there talking about, I'm sorry, her first appearance on Pierce Morgan, which I played here, was not only just the marriage and voting, was also about feminism. Pierce Morgan had a feminist on the show to combat the points of which Pearl was talking about. So that was her first appearance on Pierce Morgan. Her second appearance on Pierce Morgan, I believe, was her and the same woman talking about I forgot what the hell was she on there for. Basically talking about Andrew Tate. No, I'm sorry. It was why she what? Uncensored to join YouTube, dubbed the female Andrew Tate, and Talk TV contributor. Okay, hold on. What is this? I just need the description of this. I don't need to actually watch the video. Let's see. So, to discuss and debate some of Pearl's controversial views on women and feminism, including the notion that women should not have the vote in divorce, shouldn't be allowed. But that's what she spoke about the first time. Uh, Pearl suggested that since women have that was her first. No, this is her second time on here. No, that was her first time. Sorry, she had on a pink when she was on there the second time. So let's see what this one was about. So, Pearl, okay. So, commentator and social discuss female athletes deserve equal pay to their male counterparts and whether misgendering people should be a criminal offense. So basically, Pearl's defense was women shouldn't get equal pay in sports, and that misgendering is a bunch of bullshit. That was Pearl's defense, and the woman's defense was basically addressing that women should get equal pay in sports and misgendering should be a crime. So basically, they had a far left woman, and then Pearl being so-called far right. That she basically was touting that she believes that women should be only in female spaces and males should only be in male spaces, and you know women don't get the same amount of audience retention for them to be paid as much as their male counterparts. And then the woman just basically combated that, basically stating that she feels as though that women should be paid as equal as their male counterparts when it comes to playing sports. And then, she felt as though that misgendering somebody who doesn't see themselves as male or female, but as the opposite sex, or not a sex at all, should be misgendered at all. So that's basically what they were debating about. And Pearl made her points both sessions, but it's like Pearl doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. So she got owned basically by the progressive news pundit. So it's like, and I'm not saying this because I dislike Pearl. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people out here who see that she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. So with that being said, when she makes her points, it's like she gets owned every single time because she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. But, back to what she was talking about originally on here, she declined the offer. She feels as though that is disgusting, that this far left person, being Adam 22, would offer such money to her to do sex play on camera. But, let's see what she has to say about it.
What amount of money was worth this degeneracy? And I bet you this becomes a pattern. Like, how many men is he going to give his wife to in the next year? It's not going to end. It's not going to end. But, call me crazy, call me old fashioned. Maybe I just don't want to live because I think, maybe don't do corn, I don't know, have all this sexual stuff on camera for the world to see. Maybe don't let other men sleep with your wife. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old fashioned. Call me crazy. So the next one that we have.
All right. So, she feels as though that, It's it's degenerate behavior. But Adam is a degenerate, so it's like it fits him. For Pearl to sit here and you know sit here and tell, well, I'll never do that because I'm a conservative woman. Conservative women don't do things like that. Blah 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 blah. This and that, right? And it's like, that's what he feels as though that him and his wife should do to make money to put food on the table. They have a family. Uh but that's their relationship. If he feels as though that his wife can sleep with anybody that she fucking feels like it, hey, I ain't got shit to say about it. That's his wife. No other person should be sitting here talking about, well, that's fucked up what he did with his wife. It's like, I ain't got shit to do with it. If he feels as though that his wife can fuck other men, is well capable of fucking other men, hey, to each his own. But that concludes the small banter portion of tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's get to this main topic of the night, the top news story of the week, which is the overview tonight of tonight's main topic, the curious case of Carlee Russell. So if you guys haven't been following this topic, I hope you guys have been, because this has been all over the news, all over the internet. People have been making memes and all kinds of stuff about it. So basically, Carlee Russell went missing last Saturday, and she showed back up Monday afternoon sometime, and she has a bizarre story. But before we get to that bizarre story, let's take it from the beginning. So, as you guys know, I read articles here. My first article that I have tonight is from CBS News, and I switched some words around with the title, but search continues for nursing student who vanished after calling 911 to report child on side of Alabama freeway. So, search is ongoing for a 25-year-old woman who went missing Thursday night after she called 911 for a highway from a highway in Hoover, Alabama, to report that she had seen a toddler walking alongside of the interstate. Authorities said a reward total at least $50,000 is being offered or was being offered to help locate Carletha Carlee Nicole Russell. That's a fucking mouthful. Anyway, the Hoover Police Department reports that Russell, a nursing student, called 911 emergency dispatchers just after 9:30 p.m. local time Thursday, and informed them that she had stopped to check on a young child that she had seen walking on the side of Interstate 459. And here's the footage of what they say that she saw, and I'll talk you guys through it. So that's her vehicle that's on the side of the road. So where do you see a toddler at all? I haven't seen one. Where's the toddler, everybody? That's her car on the side of the road. She's calling 911. Hey, I see a baby out here selling weed. And then the dispatcher says, "Well, ask the baby what they're doing out on the highway." So she rolled her window down and said, "Hey, baby, why you out here selling weed on the side of the interstate?" He said, "Bitch, because I need milk." And then she got back in her car. And then she gets out of her car. If you guys didn't see it, she was outside of her car. So car completely stopped at this point. Her blinkers are on. She's making a phone call to she's on the phone with 911. And this is where things get a little iffy. After she says that she sees the toddler on the side of the road, she the dispatcher then hears Carlee yelling and screaming, and then there's nobody on the phone at this point. Because this is where with Carlee's um with Carlee's statement, so far she said that a guy with an orange hat or orange hair kidnapped her. And it's like, what the hell is Carrot Top doing in Alabama? Like, Carrot Top has a residency in Las Vegas. Like, what the hell is Carrot Top doing on the side of an interstate road in Alabama? He doesn't even play Alabama. Like, what the hell is she talking about? Anyway, um, so this is where shit also gets weird as well. Because not only did the phone call be interrupted by Carlee screaming and yelling, so this is when the cops or a highway patrolman, uh, you know, get sent on their way to the location of where the phone is being tracked at. So, what the cops find, which you will hear later on in another video, of what they found is it's funny as fuck what they said that they found. But anyway, you guys get the idea of what's going on with that. All right. Now let's continue the article. Police said that after speaking to 911, Russell immediately called a family member. During that call, the family member lost contact with Russell, but the line remained open. Hoover Police Lieutenant Daniel Lowe said in a news conference Friday, responding officers located Russell's abandoned car along with some of her belongings nearby, including her cell phone, Lowe said, but no sign of her or a child. Damn, she left her. She left her cell phone, but it was other stuff that they found. But let's keep going. We're currently analyzing that phone to see if there's any information on there that could help us, Lowe said. Russell was on her way home from work after having stopped off to pick up food, police said. That food was some Thai food, and she also stopped at Target to get some Cheez-Its, because when you get abducted, you need your Cheez-Its. You know what I'm saying? It's the only snack that police recommend when you're being abducted is Cheez-Its. I don't know if you guys know that, but you guys should check the statistics on that. All right, so let's keep going. A single witness has reported possibly seeing a gray vehicle with a light-complected male standing outside of Carlee's vehicle. But we have no further information on that individual or the vehicle at this time, Lowe disclosed. Tabitha Russell, hold on, that's not her name. Talitha Russell, Carlee's mother, told reporters that her daughter was on the phone with her sister-in-law at the time that her voice dropped out. She's known to be helpful, and she has a big heart. Talitha Russell said of Carlee. And she does know not to stop for anyone, even a child on the side of the road. But she did call 911. All I think she kind of let her guard down, thinking there were so and I think she kind of let her guard down, thinking they were so close. Okay, and when she got when she got out of the car, she did tell my daughter-in-law, "I can't just leave this little child on the side of the road." Hoover is part of the Birmingham metropolitan area. Lowe said a massive search was ongoing involving local, state, and federal agencies. A large group of volunteers organized by Russell's parents were also assisting in the search effort. "We're going to be looking in every direction," Carlee's father, Carlos Russell, said. "We're just going to scour the earth." The police department for the Alabama city of uh, Harpersville, which is located about 30 miles east of Hoover, reported Friday that had been in Harpersville earlier earlier in the day Thursday, handling some business. All right. "We were so impressed by her respect, poise, good attitude, and her drive to become a nursing student, and help others," Harpersville police wrote in the statement. On Saturday, Hoover police released a photo of Russell to drum up more leads. So I don't know what picture that they use, but that's Adam 22 and Pearl. I guess this is the one that they use. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But let's keep going. Police said they have not received any calls regarding a missing child. That was last week. Police described Russell as 5'4", and between 150 to 160 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, black pants, and white Nike shoes. That sound like gear to go and beat somebody up to me, but that's just me. That's just me. All right. I'm not saying that that's the truth. I'm just saying that's scared to beat somebody's ass. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep going. If you could, if you are watching, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. What we are talking about tonight is the unbelievable story of Carlee Russell. All right, so let's keep going. Um, so she was last seen wearing black shirt, black pants, and white Nike shoes, probably Air Forces. Missing Alabama woman's boyfriend wiping his social media clean of Russell, deleting dozens of photos of her and comments about her disappearance. Most notably, Tamar, I guess that's how you would say his name, Tamar Latrell Simmons, erased a lengthy post on Instagram and Facebook that said Russell was fighting for her life for 48 hours after she went missing in Hoover. Russell's parents have insisted she was abducted, but police have indicated that Russell's claims aren't quite adding up. Simmons appeared to have quietly wiped every trace of Russell from his social media, which was filled with photos of him and Russell as recently as last Wednesday. As of Thursday, his Instagram featured just 9 pictures of himself with his comments turned off. The move by Simmons came a day after police received Russell made some quotable Google searches before her disappearance. Right. So, we will be getting into what she searched as well because I have that video of the police in their press conference. So the next article I will be presenting tonight comes from Montgomery Advertiser, the Montgomery Advertiser. It states Hoover police cast doubt on the story in the Carlee Russell case from new details. So, here's what the article has to say. New facts released Wednesday by police are putting the recent 49-hour disappearance of Hoover woman Carlee Nicole Russell, or as we know her, Carlee Russell, in a new light. Authorities now allege that Russell, one, left work with a robe and toilet paper concealed. Two, took a 600-yard car ride while on the phone with 911 following a barefoot toddler on the side of the interstate. Wait a minute. How the fuck did a baby walk 600 yards, which is the length of 6 football fields? How the hell did a toddler walk that damn fast? Like, I believe that the baby would be on some sort of, football team or track team if he had that sort of speed on him. Anyway, that's besides the fact. And thirdly, recently searched online for terms including Amber Alerts and a film about abduction. And then lastly, we have had certain items missing from the vehicle, including snacks she purchased. Those Cheez-Its that she found out from the research that she got when she was making her Google searches that Cheez-Its are the best snack to have when you get abducted. So, she probably keeps Cheez-Its on her at all times. But anyway, let's keep going with the article. Speaking to the media on Wednesday, Hoover Police Chief Nicholas Nurses seemed to cast doubt on the story behind the 49-hour disappearance of Russell that began the evening of July 13th, which was last Wednesday, I believe. Last Thursday, sorry. So, this is what they had to say about the whole thing when it comes to Carlee's disappearance.
Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
All right, here we go, y'all.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there's a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where I'm supposed to are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the cover bag, like you get off towards Tuscaloosa.
Okay. And was the child on the left or right side?
On the right side.
Were they walking northbound or southbound?
They're walking towards Tuscaloosa.
Walking southbound. Or how old they look?
Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4.
Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them?
Yeah.
Okay, are you with the child right now?
No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though.
Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, what kind of car are you in?
I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz.
Is that a sedan or SUV?
SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry.
Can you put your hazards on for me?
Yeah, they're on.
Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do they look like they're injured?
No, they don't.
Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
They're white.
Okay. Is it male or female?
I think it's a boy, a little boy.
White male? Okay. So is he wearing clothes?
Yeah.
Okay. What is he wearing?
It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper.
And you don't see any cars anywhere?
No cars anywhere.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
My name is Carlee Russell.
And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct?
No, but I can't really see them that good.
Okay. Try to keep an eye on them for the best you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them.
Okay.
All right. And do they have shoes on?
No,
Shoes.
not that I can see. I can't really see that one.
Okay. All right. I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but the officers are on the way, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple.
Hold on. Her wig. They left her wig behind. They left her wig behind. Well, you know, your parents always tell you, don't lose your head when you... Parents always tell you, don't lose your head when you're out in public, but I guess she did, so, you know, whatever. Let's keep going.
A watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover Police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover Police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case.
Everybody listen to this. This put the nail in the coffin on all of this bullshit. Basically, when he tells us the searches of what she was searching for on her phone, you're gonna look at this whole entire thing like, I know this bitch ain't for real. But listen, this is what's about to happen.
On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched.
The fuck was she thinking? What is wrong with her? Let's keep going.
On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched.
What? Are you serious? How to take money from a register and not be caught? Where do they do that at? Like, where do they do that at? Like, let's be serious. You literally searched that term. How to take money from a cash register and not get caught. Cash registers all over America have cameras on them, baby girl. So how would you not get caught if damn near almost every cash register in America has at least a camera pointing down on it, as well as in several businesses and hospitals and stuff like that. There is a thing that they've had there for several years now, at least 2 decades. They're called security cameras. Like, what was she thinking? Like, on the real, what was she thinking? Let's keep going.
On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer. Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
All right. I got some points I want to go over before we get back into the article. All right, so she got granola bars and Cheez-Its before, I guess, returning home, from leaving work. All right. Also, like I said, Cheez-Its are a snack that police recommend that you get before you get abducted. So, you always got to have Cheez-Its on you at all times. Also, her wig and Apple Watch and her food was left behind in the car. Okay. That's weird because why would you order food and then leave it behind? Also, which she's kind of smart by leaving her cell phone and Apple Watch behind because guess what? Guess what? Guess what police can do or federal agencies can do to find Carlee? That is track her. I don't know what model and year of car she has, but you also have a tracking device in there as well. Now, this is where shit starts getting fishy. She was put in an 18-wheeler. The alleged woman that was with the orange-haired man fed her cheese crackers, but she wasn't bonded at all in the 18-wheeler. So she was just sliding back and forth in the 18-wheeler. And you gotta remember, it's summertime, it's the South, and it's hot. So I'm pretty sure she would have dehydrated and died in an 18-wheeler. Now, another movie of what she probably didn't bring up or what they can't see of what she probably also looked up was a movie called Trafficked. This movie had Omar Epps and some other people. What's Shorty's name? Paula Pattinson. Omar Epps and Paula Pattinson. So basically, the movie is it's 2 couples. It's Paula Pattinson and Omar Epps and their friends going to a log cabin in the woods for the weekend so they can turn up and unwind and have fun, right? So what happens within the movie is hold on. So what happens in the movie is they stop at a gas station in the town that they're in, where the log cabin's at. So there's an 18-wheeler parked. No, I'm sorry. It's a biker gang that's parked, like, sort of kind of next to their car, and you know, the biker guys, they kind of get like, they kind of roughhouse Omar Epps and all. Well, hold on. I think that no. They have like an aggressive conversation with them. Like, something happens to Omar Epps or something between these guys, and they're basically like calling his bluff. Like, yeah, you won't do shit, blah 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 blah, whatever. But the whole time, they're peeping both Paula Pattinson and the friend of Paula Pattinson. They're you know, they're looking at him like, you know, these girls look, you know, appealing. So, you know, we might want to go ahead and get them or whatever. So, what wound up happening in the movie was that very same biker guys, they track Omar Epps and Paula Pattinson and whoever else was in the movie. I forgot who else was in the movie. So they wind up tracking them, right? So after they tracked them at their log cabin where they were staying at, the guy, they kill what's up, Dwight? How you doing, man? They kill the friend of Omar Epps, and they kind of, sort of, not really kill Omar Epps. Like, he's not dead, but he's on, like, it looks like he's on the verge of dying in the movie. So, what wound up happens after that. The girls get captured. They get put in an 18-wheeler, and they get put in the 18-wheeler, and then they you know, they get drugged and everything, and it's a slew full of girls in the 18-wheeler. So I feel as though that she got the 18-wheeler bit from that movie, from Trafficked, because that's the only movie I could think of when I heard that she said that she was put in an 18-wheeler. That's the only movie I could think of that had an 18-wheeler in it that has to do with abductions and kidnappings. So I was like, damn, this bitch is trying to write her own goddamn movie. Okay, now, also, they said in her statement that she stated that she was stripped naked. She was taken somewhere, you know, asked to hop fences. She was put in the 18-wheeler. Then, when getting wherever she was at, she was asked to strip naked. Pictures was taken of her, and she believes that there was no sexual intercourse that happened between the guy and herself, or the girl and herself. Now, this is one thing that I have to say when it comes to her statement. It's like, okay, it sounds believable because she left her cell phone behind. She left her Apple Watch behind. She left her food and her wig, was left behind in the car. Like, it sounds believable, but at the same time, when it comes to the end of it all, it doesn't seem sufficient. But that's just my take on it because I want to when we get to that part when she comes back home and everything, I want to say what I have to say about that as well. But in the meantime, in between time, if you haven't already done so, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you're new here. Hit that bell icon to all so you can get my notifications once I go live and when I post the video. If you don't know what we are talking about tonight, I am talking about the unbelievable story of Carlee Russell. If you guys don't know what's going on with Carlee Russell has been the young black girl, age 25. She got allegedly abducted, which we all know that that's not true. And she came home safe and sound with just an injury to her lip. That's it. Anyway, let's keep going. So let me get back into the article. So the article states, it is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. Hoover Mayor Frank Mercato said, for the first time, nurses revealed details about Russell's statement to authorities after her return home on July 15th. She said that when she got out of the vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees, which doesn't sound real, and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. Nurses said. She said that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated that he then made her go over a fence. She claimed he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. Nurses said there were two people in the truck, a man with orange hair, so it was Carrot Top, I guess, and a bald spot on the back of his head, I guess. And the female, she couldn't see. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. I guess it was that fast baby that I guess it was the same fast baby that walked that 600 yards from when she saw the baby up until when she stopped. This shit is wild. Anyway, let's see, where was that? Female that she couldn't see. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying, nurses said. And Russell told detectives she escaped the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and be put in a car. Now, let me talk about that movie Trafficked again. Because in the movie as well, that happens. Paula Pattinson escapes from the 18-wheeler. She escapes from the 18-wheeler. I think like her leg or something is broke because her friend dies in the truck because they had him like hooked up to like drugs and shit, like drugs to make you woozy and to get you high and shit to take you out of a good state of mind. So she escapes from the 18-wheeler. She like falls down like a hill or whatever, just to go to the very same gas station that she met the guys at like a few nights before or whatever, before she got abducted, right? So her story matches the very same scene in the movie. So this is what happens in the movie. Paula Pattinson stops like and all be like, holy fuck, I've been in this town the entire fucking time. That's the very same gas station that we were at just a few days ago. So this is what happens. Somebody comes up behind Paula Patton and tries to take her back into the 18-wheeler, right? I believe if my mind serves me correctly, I believe she escapes and it's like she lives happily ever after. But I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the movie in a while. But in the movie, of what she described, of what Carlee described, is the very same thing that happens in the movie Traffic. Y'all should go and check that movie out. She claims she was then blindfolded, which also happens in the movie, was not tied up because the captors said they didn't want to leave impressions on her wrists. So in the movie, I believe the girls are bonded with those plastic handcuffs that cops use these days. I think they had those on in the movie. Let's keep going. So they didn't want to leave impressions on her wrist, Dursa said. She said that they took her into her house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but how would she believe that they took pictures of her if she was sane? Well, not sane, but she had all of her cognitive functions and she could map out what was going on around her. Like, I'm pretty sure she would know that she would know, yes, they did, or no, they did not take pictures of me. Like, how would you not know that? But anyway, let's keep going. Took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. All right. So Russell claims she was put back in a vehicle and was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. While he stopped short of saying Russell's story about being abducted was false, Dursa said he has no idea to believe the public is in danger. Let me say up front, and you heard him say it in the press conference, this investigation is not over, Dursa said. We're still working this case and will be working this case until we uncover every piece of evidence to account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. All right. So, Dursa's played Russell's 911 call, which you guys heard it when I played it. There's a new video. The white in the comment section says, let me bring his comment on screen as well. So he says that there's a new video going around that could crack the case. Wild Open, I guess you meant Wide Open. A YouTuber named JLR Investigates had put out video about Carlee escape route. The video, Carlee Russell secret escape trail and tunnel. Well, put that link in the description box, the white, so we can play it on the show. All right, so what also happened in the article was Dursa's played Carlee's 911 call, which you guys heard it when I played it. On it, Russell is telling the dispatcher she spotted a white toddler and what happened to be a white shirt and a diaper. She says she doesn't believe the toddler is wearing shoes as it walks south on I-459 towards Tuscaloosa. I think it's a boy, a little boy, Russell says on the recording. The dispatcher asked Russell to stay while the child, stay with the child until the police get there. As she's talking, Russell says she hasn't gotten out of her car to approach the child. Officers are on the way, the 911 operator says before ending the call. Dursa said Russell called a relative, which I guess was her sister-in-law, after speaking with 911 operator. She went missing during the conversation sometime around 9:36 p.m., he said. Though numerous vehicles were passing by, Nurses said there were no other reports of a child along the interstate, and there are no reports of a missing child. 600 yards, that is 6 football fields straight, nurses said, referring to the amount of time Russell was driving while claiming to follow a toddler. He said the length came from data recovered from Russell's phone. Russell's mother would also call 911 saying that a relative heard Russell scream during a phone conversation as she was approaching the child. Let's stop there real fast. Because she said when she got out of the car, a man hopped out of a tree, right? 1 second. Because from what we could see on here, when she stopped, you see grass here. Although it is dark, on the sides. So I'm not saying that there isn't any woods there, but at the same time, you can't see a baby. Like, where's the baby? Like, let's also back this up, because her lights will be shining on the baby. Now, was the baby in the grass? Was the baby amongst the tree line? Where was the baby? We can't see a baby. So how is it that a baby was seen by her, but we can't see the baby? Like,
bruh.
Come on now. Like, it's not adding up. But, who are we to say that it didn't happen? But I will say this. With where I stopped at, I can't even remember where the hell I stopped at. Okay, here we go. She then says somebody hopped out of a tree and then picked her up. Now, if you guys have been on an interstate anywhere, when you see a tree line, more than likely there isn't nothing around that area other than those woods. More than likely. So how's it that she hopped in? Somebody hopped out. Hold on. She saw a baby, followed the baby 600 yards, got out of the car. Somebody hopped out of a tree. Hey, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the baby, and then they grab her, take her through the woods, have her hop over some fences, just in order to get her into a car. Now, we don't know how long that could have took for that to happen, and the dude would have had to have known those woods like the back of his hand. But for her to come back unscathed, other than with a lip injury, what the fuck happened? Now, if she had a lip injury, then I would think that maybe they punched her or something to knock her out, or make something, maybe, I don't know. And her lip got busted, and that's where her lip injury came from. But at the same time, it's like, well, she could have just bit the inside of her lip just so it looked like she got injured while she was away for 49 hours. Like, who knows? Anyway, let's keep going. Hoover police arrived at Russell's car 5 minutes after being dispatched. Russell's wig and phone were found in the grass near her vehicle. Her purse was in the vehicle's front seat, and her Apple Watch was in her purse. Why not have the Apple Watch on? Anyway, her purse was in the vehicle's front seat, and her Apple Watch was in her purse. The food she picked up for her mother was also in the vehicle. The items she purchased from Target, which was snacks, which was the granola bar and the Cheez-Its, as well as the items taken from her place of employment were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Nurses said. Let's stop there. Now they said she was seen taking a dark colored robe and some toilet paper when she was at work. Okay. Now, the snacks were still in the car, the food was still in the car. Her Apple Watch and purse was still in the car, but her wig and her phone was in the grass. What a way to set a crime scene up. Because for all we know, that person, excuse me, for all we know, that person that jumped out of the trees, more than likely, had to be somebody she knew. Or that part's made up and it was a car that picked her up, but she left her car running and everything. Everything was left back. She threw her phone in her wig and, they drove off to Nashville. All right, let's keep going. A mass effort with several agencies, including K9 teams, to find Russell took place Friday, July 14th. Nurses said those searches all turned up empty, he said. Searches by family and community members were also fruitless. On July 15th, Russell arrived at her home on foot. The plot thickens. What do I got for that? The plot thickens. What would be the best thing?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Anyway, so she arrives back home on foot. Nurses said there is a video that shows Russell walking down the sidewalk on her way back. What I also have heard that she is saw walking down the sidewalk, and then a little bit before she gets to her house, she starts running and flailing her arms around as if someone is chasing her, like she's in fear of that someone is chasing her. That's what some reports have stated. Let's keep going. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Police are still investigating the Carlee Russell case, but they say they cannot corroborate some of the details she's given them because shit sounds nuts. That's why. Eric Guster, a Birmingham attorney, spent years as a criminal defense attorney. He noted that he was pulled into the Carlee Russell case like so many others. And while police didn't come out and say it at the news conference, he said their message was clear. She says she was kidnapped, and a kidnapping didn't happen. They say, all right, our citizens are safe. There's not a kidnapper out there, so they used every other synonym for lie except saying she lied. Guster said, which is good that they did that because then they can upset the family, and then the family can look for reasons to sue the police department. And it's a whole shit storm after that, and then the police department has to pay out some umpteenth amount of money to the Russell family, and then this shit all gets swept underneath the rug, which is a good thing that they did that. So let's keep going. Guster said the search for Russell wasted the time and money of law enforcement and concerned community members. That was taxpayer dollars that she wasted. Probably thousands of dollars at that. The father of a murder victim, Anna Blanchard, wrote about it on his Facebook page. Elijah Blanchard said his wounds had been reopened and it wasn't okay to bring his family into the search. Imagine going and searching for someone and they're off doing something else and they're never in danger. And you're thinking about saving this person's daughter and yours was not saved. Beyond angry, super livid, that would be me, Guster said. Guster said he also worries this case could affect future missing persons cases. It's going to be much more difficult for African American women to be believed, and it may actually decrease the number of actual reports of things because people are already afraid that they won't be believed, Guster said. Now let's take that. Because a lot of women always say, black women at that, believe all women, black women get disproportionately fucked with more than any other group of women in the country, which I say untrue, but whatever. So, also, she wasted taxpayers' dollars. She wasted taxpayers' dollars because she had not only the local law enforcement, Hoover law enforcement looking for her, she also had surrounding area law enforcement looking for her. Also, they had federal agencies looking for her. So she wasted taxpayer dollars. This is money that's allocated to schools and road fixtures and getting things fixed and maintained in the town. Now that money, or some of that money, got wasted on efforts of looking for Carlee, and Carlee was probably getting dicked down somewhere by some nigga that she met. So who knows? But let's keep going. He noted that right now Russell needs an attorney to advise her on how to respond to the police, which will be smart. If I was Carlee's attorney, I would speak for her, Guster said. I would not allow her to speak to the police because anything she says can and will be used against her in a court of law. I would speak for her. I would go to the mayor. I would go to the police chief and figure out if there's something we could do. Probably like community service, maybe. That's what I would do, Guster said. The police chief outlined 3 crimes they believe Russell committed: theft, lying to authorities, and filing a false police report, which all has jail time behind it. I don't know if anyone knew this. I talked about this in a video that I did I think it was when it came to the white chick from Miami that killed her boyfriend. I said that she lied to authorities, and I read, what penalties that holds. Theft, of which she stole items from her job. That's theft, man. I don't care if you work there and you make money for them to, buy these things. It's still theft. What's going on, Jake Pylon? How you doing, man? Long time no see. Also, filing a false police report, of which not once but twice she will be using resources that she doesn't need. Of which filing that false police report of her being abducted, not once but twice, she used resources that could have been used elsewhere. Of none of which she's looking like a liar, of which the whole story sounds bizarre to begin with, but at the same time, it's like, is it true? Is it not true? Did she get abducted? Did she not get abducted? We can only wait for Carlee's real statement to the public of what actually happened. All right?
Finish him!
Now, the next part I'm about to present is short, but I got this from today. So parents of Carlee Russell open up about daughter's reappearance. Let me see. Nah, I don't see anything. The white go to the channel or the website of the video. Put it copy it and then put it in the chat. So because you said the person has information, I like to play that information. So see if you can do it again and then put it in here. It may not come up as a link on the on your end, but I'll be able to highlight it, put it in the address bar, and it'll come up for me. So try doing it again for me so we can get that information before I finish this topic. Okay, so basically this next part I'm about to read to you guys come from today, and it states that during a press conference, the Hoover Police Department in Alabama stated that after reviewing the ongoing case of Carlee Russell's disappearance, they have been unable to verify Carlee's statement to police and have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Their investigation is ongoing. Read the latest here on July 18th. The parents of Alabama woman who vanished for 49 hours before returning home said their daughter was abducted, and they believe her alleged abductor was absolutely still at large. Talitha and Carlos Russell, the parents of Carlita Russell, or Carlee Russell, shared a written statement during an exclusive interview with NBC News. And I happen to have that video. So, with that being said, let's play this shit.
That moment you all first laid eyes on her again, what was it like?
To me, just so much joy.
This morning, in an exclusive sit-down with NBC News, the parents of 25-year-old Carlee Russell are speaking out, describing the moment their daughter appeared on their doorstep after being missing for more than 48 hours.
Hey, Dwight, I forgot that I stopped from people posting links. So do me a favor, in the description box, DM it to me to either my Facebook or my Instagram or my Twitter. So either DM it to me to my Twitter. I'll be able to see it there, and then I'll pull it up. All right.
What did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her.
Before they continue, if you could, like this video, subscribe if you are new here, hit that bell icon to all, and share this to your respective social medias. Also, if you don't know what we are talking about tonight, I am talking about the unbelievable story of Carlee Russell. All right, so let's continue and let's get it.
But it's okay.
Last Thursday, police say Carlee called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate. She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing Carlee scream.
Her vehicle's unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
On the scene, police found no sign of Carlee or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period. The Russells waited in agony until Saturday night.
There were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us. I just didn't know people could be so evil.
Authorities have not indicated where Carlee was during the 48 hours she was missing or what happened. Her parents declined to share what their daughter told them, citing the ongoing investigation.
And can you tell me what happened Saturday night? Did you just get a knock at the door?
Anything leading to the case itself, we can't discuss that.
But they say speculation about the circumstances surrounding Carlee's disappearance are only making things worse.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor. Her mother asking to read.
Come on now, how you gonna think that the public isn't gonna have some sort of speculation when it comes to this whole thing? Like, people do this for fun. I don't know if they know this, but people do this shit for fun. The way I don't see anything yet, but if you still want me to show that, I suggest you do that now, all right? Because we're almost done with this topic. So go ahead, do yourself a favor. Either, like I said, put it in one of my DMs, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. All right. I'm gonna keep going back and forth to all of my social medias to see if you wrote anything. See you there. Let's go to my Instagram. I forgot I can't even log into my Instagram. Go on here. Let me see if I can do it from here.
A brief message to the public.
Carlee has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NBC News has reached out to the Hoover Police Department to ask whether they're looking for an individual involved. Police have just said they're following up on all information provided by Carlee.
And when I talked to you all on Saturday, you also said your daughter is a fighter and she would find a way back to you.
I felt that in my heart.
Is that what happened?
She did. She found her way back to us. However, we can't discuss the details of that.
But they say one thing is clear.
Do you believe she was fighting for her life?
Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
But she made it back to you.
She made it back.
Yeah, she did make it back. All right, Priscilla, so investigators are obviously busy on this case. What are they looking into going forward?
Yeah, Hoda, right now they're analyzing that initial 911 call and also that traffic cam video showing that car driving on the interstate very slowly with its flashers on, believed to be Carlee's car. And of course, they're looking at the evidence from the crime scene, including the car and her cell phone, which was found on the roadway nearby. Police say that they have been able to account for all of her steps leading up to her disappearance, but those 48 hours when she was gone still remain a mystery. Hoda?
Yeah, leaving behind her phone, her pocketbook, and all those things, a lot of things that investigators are looking into. Priscilla, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching.
All right. So, Dwight, you got approximately like 2 minutes to send that link to either my DMs. Send it to your Instagram. All right. Let me go to it. Go to it. I don't see anything, Dwight. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's fine though. Like if I find it, and if I find it, I'll probably do like a pre-recorded video about it or whatever and post it tomorrow if I find it. But thanks though, Dwight. But anyway, so basically with social media and the court of public opinion, we are basically now saying that all of this is a hoax. Like, it's not real. Like, motherfuckers don't believe that, Carlee, that Carlee's statements are actually real. So let me see if I can pull something up on Twitter. Hashtag Carlee Russell. Hashtag Carlee Russell. Let's see. So yeah, we know that the boyfriend deleted everything from his social media. Judge Joe Brown is saying that he's calling for prosecution of Carlee Russell. Let me read your comment again. You said it was a guy that said that? There's a new video going around. YouTuber's name is JLR Investigate. Let me just highlight that and copy it, and then let's go to YouTube. So JLR Investigates. It's a 37-minute video, my dude. Damn, he got like 3 videos on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This nigga got 11 videos on this. But I'll play a little bit of his video.
Jonathan Lee Riches Investigates. Everyone needs to watch this video right here. I'm going to show you exactly where...
Now, wait a minute. Dwight, is this dude an actual, like police investigator? Or is he a YouTube investigator? If somebody got even better footage of the car where it's all lit up. I'm sorry.
Carlee Russell's red Mercedes was found at I-459, right there at the Hoover exit 10 sign. And right next to where her vehicle was found was a trail that I found that takes you to a tunnel that goes under the interstate, under Interstate 459. Watch this video right here. Wow. Back of a house. Wow. We're going to keep going. There's houses back here. Fencing there, houses back there, but you got fences. Look what we got here. Tunnel. That goes all the way on the other side of the interstate. Look at this. It goes all the way down. Definitely, there's not much water. Definitely somebody could.
Goes on the other side. And then
Now, just to show you, I just want to go back up here just to show you. This looks like water runoffs and concrete. Oh, no, actually, now I'm in the middle of the interstate. So that is the southbound lane. And then you go under again. And that is the northbound lane. So I just want to show you real quick. Going up here, I'll just show you that clearly someone can walk through the woods here. But this is the other side of the interstate coming up. These are like sophisticated drainage spots. I'm going to show you where I'm at when I get up here. So back, let's see what we get. Slippery.
all right. Well, I would say that his story, or what has been shown, I guess it would seem pretty valid of what he feels is true, but we don't know precisely if Carlee was abducted for real. I'm not saying that she wasn't, or if she was, but I say he has something. But anybody can say anything when it comes to this whole Carlee Russell thing, because you got these YouTube investigators, they're going out doing their own field work, and they probably don't even have any sort of experience doing any of it. But I'm not saying that what he did is wrong. He just was trying to show the public that this is the route that possibly she could have taken with the with Carrot Top, and this is possibly how she got abducted. So thanks to White for that, for allowing us to show that. I have updated my description, so if you go down to the videos, I do have that video in the description if anybody wants to watch that in full. So refresh the page, or click in, click back out, and it should be sitting down there. So that concludes the main topic of the night. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So let's move on to some random topics. I may not dwell on these long because I'm almost at 2.5 hours. So I might nitpick out of some of these sentences in these articles, so I can get on out of here. So, for the overview of the random topic portion of today's show, we have China hacks U.S. government emails and Trump targeted in third indictment. So, you know, shit's crazy right now. So I believe I heard this last week. I heard that China hacked some government emails. I believe it was the commerce section of the U.S. government. So let's see what's going on with this. So I got this article from Reuters, and Reuters state Chinese hackers breach U.S. commerce emails. So let's see exactly. Excuse me. Let's see exactly what this entails.
That moment you all
Not a new email hack by China. Overnight, Microsoft revealed that a Chinese hacking organization broke into the email for 25 major organizations, including government agencies. Trevor Alt is tracking the latest. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. A very alarming announcement from Microsoft. They say this started in May, and while they didn't specify which organizations were hit, they have revealed some of them, as you said, are government agencies. And Microsoft says the group behind this is known as Storm 0558. The company claims this is a spy agency that's based in China, and we're told Storm gained access to these organizations' emails by getting into individual accounts. And what that means is at this point, it's not clear how much data or information they were actually able to access. Now, Microsoft says the threat has since been completely mitigated, and they've added new automated systems to detect these kinds of hacks, but they say cyber attacks are becoming much more common and a lot more sophisticated, and any individual could be targeted.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out.
So let's see what this article has to say. So, U.S. Commerce Department Secretary Gina Raimondo was among a group of senior U.S. officials whose emails were hacked earlier this year by a group Microsoft says is based in China. Oh, okay. Microsoft says it is based in China. According to a person briefed on the matter, as fallout from a digital theft continues to spread. Secretary of State Antony Blinken made clear to China's top diplomat Wang Yi in a meeting in Jakarta on Thursday that any action that targets the U.S. government, I don't even have to finish this. What is the action for? U.S. companies or American citizens is of deep concern to us, and that we will take appropriate action to hold those responsible accountable, said another source, a senior State Department official. Basically, it's an act of war, you know what I'm saying? On Tuesday, Microsoft revealed that a stealthy Chinese hacking operation has exploited a secret flaw in a piece of the company's authentication software to covenantally break into email accounts belonging to 25 unnamed organizations. Jesus Christ. So was they just spying, or was they collecting information? Like, what was going on? Like, there's no clear indication of what happened yet, but I'm pretty sure that there will be. But that's crazy though. Let's read a little bit more, and then I'll jump to the next subject. Since the news broke, several victims, in addition to the Commerce Department, have acknowledged they were affected, including personnel at the State Department and U.S. House of Representatives. The intrusion activity began in May and continued for roughly 1 month. The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs called the accusations disinformation. They use their own words against them. That's crazy. In a statement to Reuters earlier this week, Raimondo's department has implemented a series of export control policies against China, curbing the transfer of semiconductors and other sensitive technologies. A Commerce Department spokesperson said on Wednesday that Microsoft had notified the agency of a compromise to Microsoft's Office 360 system, and the department took immediate action to respond. All right, so let's see. U.S. Inspector General's office sharply criticized the Commerce Department's fundamental deficiencies in the cybersecurity incident response program, saying it violated security protocols, did not properly use cyber protection tools, and poorly handled simulated cyber attacks. On Wednesday, a senior FBI official said that no classified information was taken during the hacking operation. The hacking was highly targeted, accessing only email inboxes and not destroying data. So basically, in a nutshell, what they was doing, they was collecting data. That's basically all that they was doing. So they know something of some sort that isn't coming out, but China knows something about something now, and we don't know what the hell what they know about. So I guess time will tell whenever they decide to tell us what's actually going on with that. But as I said, time will tell. So this next story, Trump told from CNBC. I have Trump told by special counsel he is criminal target in Jan 6 probe. So let's see what this is all about.
Former President Donald Trump says he has been notified. He's a target of the Justice Department investigation into attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election.
He defies any wrongdoing, and denies it, and calls it a political witch hunt. Trump was indicted last month on 37 federal felony counts, charged with illegally retaining hundreds of classified documents at his Florida estate, Mar-a-Lago. Fox 4's Sean Rabb is in now with what federal prosecutors could be considering. Sean.
Yeah, conspiracy and obstruction of justice, Heather. The 45th president said he received the target letter Sunday night and was given 4 days, if he so desired, to speak to the grand jury, if he so desired. Target letters mean you are the focus of an investigation that is drawing to a close.
What it means is the government has pretty much put the case against you together.
This case by Special Prosecutor Jack Smith investigating attempts by former President Donald Trump and allies to block the transfer of power leading up to the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. Mr. Trump spread the news about his target letter on his Truth Social platform, writing, "Deranged Jack Smith, the prosecutor with Joe Biden's DOJ, sent a letter stating that I am a target of the January 6th grand jury investigation, which almost always means an arrest and indictment." The White House press secretary would not comment on this case, only saying the president respects the Department of Justice, their independence, and he has brought back the rule of law to this White House. But legal experts say potential charges could include conspiracy to defraud the United States and obstruction of an official proceeding, and Trump's fundraising on false statements. Constitutional law attorney David Cole.
I think what interests them more are efforts to try to get election officials in these battleground states to do something false, to change a record or strike some record to influence the vote totals. That's something tangible that clearly is contrary to applicable criminal law, actually changing records.
And the failed plan for fake electors in multiple battleground states to submit false electoral certificates to Congress.
Just like trying to change the number that's recorded, trying to change who votes is also a change in the official record of the election, and that probably also has gotten very serious attention from the prosecutor here.
Trump still is his party's dominant frontrunner, despite a growing list of legal troubles. Indictments in New York from hush money payments during his 2016 campaign. In Florida, where he's accused of wrongly keeping classified documents. Now this target letter and state election fraud charges expected in Georgia next month.
Those judges are going to have to get together and sort of decide on a timetable who goes first. It's pretty unprecedented for anybody, any politician, to face this panoply of problems.
Now, Mr. Trump has consistently denied wrongdoing and did so again in his Tuesday post, writing, under the United States Constitution, I have the right to protest an election that I am fully convinced was rigged and stolen, just as the Democrats have done against me in 2016, and he says many others have done over the ages. Heather?
All right, Sean Rabb in studio. Thank you.
All right, so let's see what CNBC has to say about this. So, former President Donald Trump on Tuesday said he has been told he is a target in the Jan 6 criminal investigation by Special Counsel Jack Smith. Let's stop there. I thought that they finished that whole probe last year, like before, I believe it was Christmas, I want to say. So, why is he being targeted now? Like, you know, he got the case in New York, he got indicted in Florida, and then he also still has the probe now in DC. So, I have no clue what this could entail. Maybe he could go to jail this time. Who knows? But it could be also just a bluff by, the left, by them just trying to figure out some sort of charge to give him so he doesn't or he can't run next year for president. But who knows? Let's keep going. Trump is the leading contender for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Smith already criminally charged Trump with about 36 counts related to retaining classified documents when he left the White House, which he had power to declassify those documents with. Who knows? Trump also suggested he may soon face indictment for the Jan 6 probe, which is focused on Trump's efforts to overturn his loss in 2020 election to President Joe Biden. Let's stop there real fast, because with the speech he gave, and I always say this, with the speech he gave that day, that, the MAGA Republicans stormed the Capitol, he said nothing about harming anybody. He said nothing about breaking into the Capitol building. He said none of that. Of what we know, there were agent provocateurs. There also were police that helped out some of the people who did storm the Capitol of getting in. You can see police taking down barricades. You can see police opening up doors to the Capitol. You can see all kinds of things of which they're not bringing up. But for some reason, Trump is to blame for this. Yeah, he gave a speech at a rally, like an hour before it happened? But it's like, if you go back and listen to his speech and analyze it, you will see that he said nothing of, hey, let's, when we go down there, we're gonna break into the Capitol, we're gonna tear shit up, we're gonna look for senators and House representatives, and we're gonna string them up outside and watch them hang. He said none of it. But if you let the left, the left-wing news tell you that he said all of that. But I didn't hear any of that when I heard his speech. But, it's whatever they want us to believe. Trump posted his statement on his Truth Social account. Two sources with direct knowledge of the probe confirmed to NBC News that Smith sent Trump a target letter in the case. Such letters are sent by the Department of Justice to give people the chance to testify before a grand jury after the DOJ determines there is substantial evidence linking them to a crime. Deranged Jack Smith, the prosecutor with Joe Biden's DOJ, sent a letter again, and it was Sunday night, stating that I am a target of the Jan 6 grand jury investigation and giving me a very short 4 days to report to the grand jury, which almost always means an arrest and indictment. Trump wrote on his Truth Social site. Trump wrote that he was given what he was called the horrifying news on Sunday evening by his lawyers. A spokesperson for Smith declined to comment. Well, the only thing I can say is that we can only wait. We can only have America wait again. That was pretty funny. Let's get some laughter. Come on, Nelson. All right, thank you. We can only wait and see what happens. If he'll get indicted and arrested, and but this is the third time, and they always say third time is a charm. So he's being directly targeted for this. So from what newscasters and everyone else says about this, the orange one could possibly go to jail on this.
Holy shit.
So, with that being said, I have no more to say about this. If you guys want to call in, the number is pinned in the live chat. If you want to come up, please hit that link. Make sure you have your camera and microphone on. But with that being said, I'll give you guys, I guess, 2 minutes, and we'll be right back. So right at, hold on, at 2:31, at the 2 hour 31 minute mark, I want you back here, which will be at 10:45 or 44. I'm sorry, at 10:44. I see y'all then. All right. All right, doesn't seem like anybody wants to come up, so we can end this now. So for a brief summary, so I spoke about just Pearly things. She, was offered by Adam 22 to do a scene with himself and his wife. She declined the offer because she thought it was gross. But my whole thing is, come on, Pearl, you need some content out there, baby girl. So you should have hopped on the good foot and did the bad thing. But that's what she wanted to do. So Also, this whole Carlee Russell story, it's not done. Like, we'll probably hear sometime next week, if that, what really happened, where she ended up, how it happened. So, we'll just have to wait and see what comes from that. So, I'll have you guys come back if I have any more information next week. I'll talk about it. I might either do it as a small banter portion or give it to you guys in the random topics portion. But if you guys still want to come up, you can. I don't have to end it now. Please hit the link that is pinned in the chat, or you guys can call in the call number. So if you hit the blue rectangle, you'll see the drop down, and then you'll see all the information that's in there. So basically, you have the number to call in here, and you also have the link to come up. But please respect my rules. Be on camera at all times. If you hit the link, if you don't want to be shown to the public, that is fine. Please answer the question that is back here so I can further accommodate you from there. Or if you just want to talk, just call in with the call-in number. Also with the whole Chinese hackers who hacked the Commerce Department of the United States government, I need more information. I need to know exactly what happened with that. They need to come out with at least a vague statement about that to the public so we can, sink our teeth in it to see what they actually did. And with Trump being indicted for a third time around, man, I don't know how to swing this one. It's a possibility that he could get arrested for this. Because they still blame him for the whole January 6th, the whole January 6th incident, and I guess we'll see once all this is all said and done. But that has been today's show. If nobody comes up by the time I finish my promotion portion, then we'll end it and I'll see you guys next week. But with that being said, let's get to this let's get to these promotions. So people, scrolling ticker down there, please read that as I go over some things now. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I come every Friday at 8 p.m. with this here podcast. Usually today would be my game streaming days, but I'm switching days once I start doing the game stream as well. So the podcast, instead of on Saturdays at 6:30, it'll be on Fridays at 8 p.m. And then the game stream will either be at 6:30 p.m. if not earlier. I might do earlier because that's just me. I probably just want to do it earlier. So please do yourself a favor, subscribe to this here channel. Also, if you haven't already done this, go to the description box. When you see the Rumble link, hit that. If you don't have the app downloaded, download the link. Download the app, and then come back, hit the link again, and then subscribe to me. I believe when I get 25 subscribers, I'll be able to stream live to Rumble. Let me see where I'm at when it comes to that. Let's see my content. I have last week's video up there. It has 11 views on it. But this video will be up there either tomorrow, if not Sunday. So please do yourself a favor and subscribe to me. I don't have actual Rumble content on my Rumble channel yet, but I like to live stream, so Once you guys, start subscribing and all of that, I didn't see my subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll start, I believe I have 10 subscribers on Rumble. So, you guys can build those numbers up for me. I would highly appreciate it. Yeah, I only have 10 followers over there on Rumble, so if you could do me that big favor, go ahead and subscribe to me over there, please. All right, and if you ever want to come up here and talk to me, you can. There's 2 ways you can do it, which is always pinned in the live chat. You can either hit the link, or you can call in with the call-in number at 302-283-9791. I repeat, 302-283-9791. But if you hit the link, there are rules. If you call in, there are rules. The first 2 rules are for the link if you hit it. That is, you must be on camera at all times. That's rule number 1. That means once you hit that link, you go and you get to the screen to where it asks you for your permission to use the camera on your phone or computer and microphone abilities. Hit yes on both. Please be quiet, because I will be up here talking. But if you don't want to be shown to the public, answer the question that is back here, so I can further accommodate you. Right, with your name that you use back here, and with your answers, so I can further accommodate you from there. Also, this is for both the link and the phone number. Please silence all background noise. Okay, please silence all background noise, because I will boot you if I hear any sort of background noise. That's either myself, a barking dog, screaming baby, your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend yelling at you. I will boot you. All right, so just letting you guys know that now. I'm trying to run at least a semi-professional show here. All right. But if you could, please like this video, subscribe if you're new here, hit that bell icon so you can get all of my notifications, and please share this to your respective social medias. The only last thing I have for you guys tonight is focus on getting to the money, because we all know money makes the world go around, as well as please drink more water for health purposes. You know what I'm saying? Helps you lose weight. You get hydrated by it. It's water. Water is good for you. Also, please mind your own business for your mental health. All right? Mind your own damn business for your own mental health. And also, if you don't believe a damn thing I said tonight, please do your own research. I have been Marcus. This has been Marcus Speaks. People, I am out of here. I thank y'all for watching, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace out.